Hey everybody, Sarah Thrifting for the Nest. Thanks so much for tuning in. It has been a little while since I've had a chance to hop onto YouTube and make a video. So thank you for tuning in. I actually have a haul video today. I went to the bins this morning. It's a Saturday and I don't typically go on Saturdays, but because of the way that Thanksgiving break has fallen, my kids have the whole week of Thanksgiving off, and so I was not able to do any sourcing this week. And then as an added bonus, I had a friend in from out of town who wanted to go to the bins with me, and another friend joined us. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see that I was joined by a couple of good friends going to the bins this morning. So I thought, hey, I haven't done an opening shift at the bins in a really long time since our bins opened at 7 a.m. Well, they used to open at 8, and months ago, maybe even a year ago now, they started opening at 7, and I just can't get there that early with my kids' school schedule. So this is the first opening shift I've done in a really long time. And so to do it with a couple of friends on a Saturday morning, we went and got coffee first and then hit the bins. It was great. It was super fun. So I actually ended up getting 48 pounds. I spent $62. So it was a good day. I'm actually really happy with my haul today. I did get a couple like random extras. I got like a miniature Christmas tree, which was like new in the box. And then I got it home and realized the base wasn't there. So I was like, whoops. That was probably like 4 pounds of it. And then I ended up getting a bunch of yarn. Like I dabble in like crochet, and I actually haven't done any of it. I haven't done any of it in like 9 months. But I got like a ton of yarn, like new, unused yarn. I couldn't not get it. There was a bunch of it. And so I picked up a bunch of that, which honestly was probably just a couple pounds of it. So the rest of it's for reselling for the most part. You know how it goes. I always get stuff for my family when I'm there. But I wanted to share my haul with you. So, 48 pounds, take or leave some for personal use. But I got some really good stuff today. I think my friend got good stuff too. She had to leave a little bit earlier than me. But it was a good day. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I'll show you what I got, and feel free to drop any questions that you have in the comment section. Happy to answer them as soon as I can. So, all right. So the first this is just a good basic piece. It's a Nike women's athletic jacket. Nothing too fancy, but I love those bread and butter pieces. Quick reminder that I pay $1.30 a pound for everything that I buy at the bins, and that's the 25-pound plus price. I don't even know what the price is for when you get under 25 pounds, but I know that like the break-even point is about 15 pounds, so you may as well get 25 pounds for the price. So this is just a Ralph Lauren men's blue button front. These sell pretty quickly for me, not for a ton. I'll probably get $16 to $17 for this. Some of them are in higher demand, just kind of depends on the color and the style. This is a Chico's Black Label piece. It's a blouse with like a tie waist. Obviously I did not do this up, but a good piece. So this is I actually don't see this Black Label. I've seen it a couple times. I don't think it necessarily sells for more than their typical label, but I do pick up Chico's and do really well with it. I was thinking today I have this love-hate relationship with Taylor Loft. I love buying it because there's a lot of it. I consider it a bread and butter piece. It sells quickly for me in certain styles, but I haven't mastered what sells really well and what doesn't. I picked this cardigan up because of the style, and it's a wool blend. So a lot of you are already familiar with Taylor Loft. It's a cute sweater. It's a cute cardigan and weighs hardly anything, so I felt like it was worth picking up for that. I don't find this brand too often, so I was happy to find it. I found Everlane today at the bins, and it's just a basic short-sleeved sweatshirt, nothing too fancy. But this does pretty well. I see a lot of other resellers post about Everlane, getting excited about Everlane. I don't feel like I've ever sold it for a ton of money, but it is, I think it's just a quick flip, something that will sell most certainly. It won't sit for very long. These came out at the very end, and I don't love buying this stuff. Like I don't love selling it, but I couldn't pass it up for the profit margins. Sorry, there's this weird glare with my window because of the way the sun is starting to shine through. it wouldn't surprise me if by the time I'm finished shooting this video, I'm cast with all the blinds, shadows in my face. So it is what it is. I do not have a professional lighting set up in my office for YouTube videos. So there's my disclaimer. Okay, so this is Cabela's, but it's hunting bibs, and they're camo hunting bibs. They've definitely been worn, but there's no tears. There's nothing wrong with them. And I looked comps up on the app Completely. I don't know if you're familiar with that app, but it is a good one to have. It costs a little bit of money, and I think you only can download it on an Apple device. But I looked up comps just for Cabela's hunting bibs, and they have an average sale price for $100 with like a 60% sell-through rate, 60 or 70% sell-through rate. So it's a high enough rate and a high enough dollar average for me to think that this was worth buying. So it's obviously going to cost me something to ship because they're really bulky. They're insulated. But if I can sell these for $100 or close to it, that's going to be worth it for me, because they probably... these probably cost me $6 or $7. So I'm okay with that. And in that same bin, so likely from the same closet, I found it's like a whole suit of, Big Ben by Wrangler. Again, I looked up specifically Big Ben by Wrangler camo to see, and there was only one on the Completely app that had sold, but it had sold for like $60 plus shipping. So again, they're worn, they have a little bit of fade in them, but no stains, nothing major. I don't have to do, besides, washing them, I don't have to do any like major stain treating or anything. And then in the same bin, so a bunch of hunting gear. And it's hunting season, so I feel like this was a good choice because this is a good portion of my haul as far as weight is concerned. So another Cabela's piece, and it's a camo jacket. This one is a little bit more worn. The lining inside the pocket is torn. So I bought it knowing that. Based on comps, I feel like this was still a good buy. So I will be listing those this week in my store. And I'm happy with that. Like it's not like the exciting, like, oh, look at this beautiful piece that I bought, but those are like legitimate things that some people don't want to go and spend retail prices on, so they're going to eBay for that stuff. And I anticipate that I should sell that stuff pretty quickly. I got 2 of the same pair of pants. These are Libby Active. This is Lane Bryant's activewear line. So there's the label, Libby Active. I feel like I'm close enough where you can see it. They're worn for sure, but these are good basic pieces, and maybe I'll lot them together. I don't know yet. I haven't decided. But anyway, this is Lane Bryant's activewear line, and it does pretty well for me too. All right, I picked up they're Sorel slippers, and they're in really good condition. They're house slippers. I don't think they were ever worn outside or worn much. So I say that, and then as soon as I say it, I notice there's a little tear. There's like a notch in the suede. What a bummer. I see sometimes, this is the thing, when something doesn't look super worn, I tend to not look it over quite as well, so I will miss things like that. I will probably still put them up on auction because somebody might have the ability to repair them, or if I price them low enough, they'll want them anyway. So yeah, no regrets. I'll still put them up, but I will often, if I feel like it's worth it, I will still put them up. I'll just put them up on auction and then make sure to obviously disclaimer the flaw. I almost didn't get this because there's quite a bit of pilling in it, and this brand hasn't been selling quite as well for me lately. I don't know if you can see it, but it's Logo Lounge, or Logo by Lori Goldstein. It is an extra large, and the larger sizes do better for me. There is a decent amount of fabric pilling, and I don't actually think that a fabric shaver is going to take care of it. But I will probably just price it lower than typical. Make sure to disclaimer the wear on it. It's a good basic piece, like a hooded cardigan. And because it's a larger size, I feel like it's still a good buy. Okay, so you know that I'm picky about denim, or maybe you don't. Maybe this is your first time. I make these videos with the assumption that you've been watching my videos, and that is a terrible assumption to make because likely this is the first time you're watching my videos. So you may not know this about me, is what I should say, but I'm very particular about denim because it is, people are particular about denim. Like, I don't buy my jeans online unless I know exactly the style and the fit that I like and that it's there. And I'm sure that that's a lot of people are doing the same thing. But these are Levi's and they are a plus size. So they're plus size Levi's. So they do well for me, women's. They're size 16. So I picked these up. I don't pick up all Levi's, but I will pick up plus size. You know what? This may have just not been a good buy. I don't know. I didn't look up comps, but I bought it because it's this chambray material. I know that I've sold this brand before, but I honestly, without doing some research right now on the spot, couldn't tell you if this is like a great brand to buy. I know I've sold it before. It's not one I see very often. Linea Domani, I believe, is the name. But because of the style, it's this chambray. I think it's like a tunic dress thing. So because of the style, I picked it up. Anything that's chambray, even like Old Navy, chambray does really well for me. And chambray is like a denim cotton. It's like a denim look cotton material. This I bought for my husband. This I bought just because I really like the material and the look. It's a good, just quick, lower price, but quick sell for me. It's Eddie Bauer. It's a large women's hooded top. I don't buy everything Eddie Bauer, but I liked it, so I bought it. All right, I was talking with friends while I was doing some sorting. I actually don't even remember. I don't even remember putting this in my cart. So this, but it's fine. I would have picked it. It's a men's Nike Golf mock neck long sleeved top. It's an extra large. This should sell for about $15. It's a good deal. I picked these up mainly because everybody talks about Levi 501s. I see them often. I've got a couple people that I shop with at the bins who I know are specifically looking for 501s. So I'll probably list them and just see what the big deal is about them. Like, I know that certain Levi's do really well. I just feel like I probably tried to sell 501s before and haven't had really a ton of luck. But maybe it's time to try it again. So, I mean, they're definitely worn. They're an older, faded style. All right. These are just a men's basic Nike Jogger. These are a quick flip for me every time. I will always pick them up when I see them at the bins. I almost didn't get these based on size. They are 7 for All Mankind. They are the A-pocket, I believe the A-pocket jeans. And so they say A-pocket for that reason. But they're a size 26, so they're a really small size, and the smaller sizes don't do super well for me. But, you know, I have them, so I'll go ahead and list them. I usually sell the A-pocket styles for about $15 to $25, depending on the size. These are women's Columbia convertible pants. When I say convertible, it means that they are shorts or pants that convert to shorts. So these do, any convertibles do really well for me. So I will always pick them up, no matter what brand they are, actually. You know, and I said women's 10. Yeah, they're a women's. They have an adjustable waist, but for a minute I thought maybe they were youth. I picked this up I actually didn't know what brand it was when I grabbed it out of the bins, but I picked it up based on style. I thought maybe it was a Columbia or something, but nope, it's a Free People. We the Free. This brand really just, I don't know if you can see that. This brand doesn't sell for me as much anymore. It really doesn't. Especially the We the Free line, but it's one of those brands that I will always pick up because years ago it was really good to pick up, but now I feel like it just doesn't sell for very often or for very much and very often, so this stuff will sit in my store, but I still really like the style. It's like a cropped hoodie, so we'll see. You know, when you're buying at the bins, your risk is really low because I probably paid $1 for that item, so I'm not super concerned about it. Okay, I thought for a second that this was a new with tags Chico's item, but it's not. It has the Goodwill tag on it. So, but it's that chambray material. It's a button front Chico's, size 2. The retail Goodwill wanted it. It's funny. They had it in the wrong section. It's a size 2. They had it in the plus size section though. They have it marked as plus. It's a vanity sizing, so it's not. A 2 would equate to a size large in women's sizing. But anyway, this chambray stuff works, sells really well for me, so I'm happy to always pick up Chico's. I know some people don't. They leave it, but I think it does well. So this is an Oregon Ducks Nike hoodie. It is football season, and any Nike branded Ducks gear does really well. Beavers gear, not so much. Sorry, Oregon State fans. But I will pick up Ducks gear. Today's the Civil War game, which means our 2 Oregon college football teams play against each other in Civil War. It's a big deal. I don't like sports. Let me rephrase it. I don't care. Like, I don't care about sports. But we're actually gonna go to a friend's house because it is a big deal. It's kind of like the Super Bowl for us, for our state. Who cares? But our good friends invited us, and I will go for the company and the food. That's what I show up for. I don't buy all scrubs, but holiday scrubs do really well for me. Actually, my friend threw this my way at the end of her time there, and I was like, yeah, I'll grab that because it's holiday themed. Looney Tunes holiday scrubs. All right, I'm down to my last bag. Sorry guys, I'm just kind of blowing through this, but I hope you're learning some stuff. If you're tuning in for the first time or not, or you just like to have haul videos in the background while you're working, that's great too. These are REI men's. Are they convertibles? Yes, they're convertibles. Men's convertibles do better than women's convertibles for me, but those are just a bread and butter item I will always pick up. Okay, these are Miss Me. I didn't actually do too much looking at the bins to make sure that these were authentic, because even though they don't sell as well now as they used to, they used to sell so well that they were faked at one time. I honestly probably don't think anybody's faking current styles of these, but I don't think these are fake. I think these are real. I'm usually able to identify the fakes pretty well. I still will pick them up because they'll still sell for like 20 bucks instead of, $60 like they did back in 2012. But they're just a basic denim, nothing too fancy. A lot of times they're really embellished on the pockets. Those tend to do really well. Maybe these will do better because they're not super embellished. Okay, this was my favorite find of the day, maybe of the month. Yay. I saw this, and in fact, it was in a newer rotation, but it had been gone through by the time this bin had been gone through by the time I got to it. But it's like, all of this fabric. So oftentimes, like prom dresses, I'm sorry about the shadows, you guys. I hope that's not too obnoxious. Oftentimes the prom dress type material will just get passed over if it's large and bulky, which this is. It's kind of like a prom dress material. It's a skirt. It's large and bulky. But I just happened to grab it and look at the tag, and it's Jean Paul Gaultier, and it is genuine for sure. I have sold a couple of their pieces over my reselling career. Most recently, I sold, sorry, I'm just kind of looking at this tag here on the back. I sold a sweater a few months ago, and it had like a hole near the collar, and I still sold it for like 50 bucks, I want to say. It was decent. It was good, so I was really happy about it. I bought it to send to ThredUp when they were doing their immediate payouts, just to have something, because it's one of the luxe brands that they accept. And when I got it home and realized, again with the flaw, right? There's a tear in this skirt. When I got it home and realized that there was a hole in it, I was like, well, I'll just try to sell it. And I did for 50 bucks. Okay, so apparently I'm going to need to do the same thing here, because there's a tear in the skirt, which is such a bummer. I apparently need to do a better job looking my stuff over. Although, you know what? I still would have bought it. I would have seen the tear and I still would have bought it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this. Originally, I thought maybe I was going to price it at like $200, and then obviously accept offers for less, because I don't think it would sell for $200. When I was looking at comps, I mean, these skirts sell anywhere, like this brand of skirt will sell anywhere from $50 to $200. Well, I saw some even up $600 for a skirt. This brand can range, but it is a higher end brand, so I don't regret buying it. I'm bummed about this notch in it, but I'll have to figure out how I want to price it. I want to be strategic about it. Obviously, I'm going to accept offers on it, because other than that, it is in fantastic condition. So anyway, still really happy about the skirt. Still happy that I picked it up. Wouldn't have made a difference if I saw the flaw in it at the bins. This is just a good basic Mountain Hardwear hoodie in good condition. I still pick up most Mountain Hardwear if it's in good. It has to be in good condition. I won't pick it up if it's been really heavily worn. I will pick up plus size swim suits all day long. This is Avenue brand, which isn't like a super high end brand, but it is a swim dress. It is a larger sized, so it should do really well. And it's in good condition. I don't think it's been worn a whole lot. So swimsuits I'm very picky about. They have to be almost perfect. Like I have to say I would wear this used if I'm going to buy it. So it has to be in excellent condition. This is a Roper vest, denim vest. So Roper is like a Western brand, and their stuff's hit and miss for me, but this is a 2X denim vest, and I feel like with styling wise, it should do pretty well. Maybe like 25, 30 bucks. So if you've been watching my videos for any amount of time, you'll see that I sell things. I mean, my average sale price is about $15. $15 to $25 is kind of the range that I sell in mostly. That's not to say I won't sell stuff for $8. That's not to say I won't sell stuff for $150. But typically shopping at the bins, that's what you can expect for your price range. I could go to other Goodwills, other thrift stores, and I could pay up for items to potentially sell them for more, but it's riskier. So this is how I like to do reselling. This is what works for me because I'm not a big risk taker, so I really like to go to the bins. I pay low, and then it's like anything that anybody wants to pay me for, it is great. And I do pretty well for myself with it. So for me, that's a really good business model. I admire the risk takers in this business for sure. This is just a basic Lucky brand top. I will pick up Lucky brand tops and sweaters and dresses and skirts, but I won't pick up Lucky brand jeans. They don't sell very well for me personally. They might for some others. I was asked that question today, and I was like, yeah, it's one of those brands that I'm just more particular on, and the plus size Lucky does a lot better than the other. All right, these, I don't pick up this brand as much anymore. It's Victoria's Secret Pink. They're sweatpants. These definitely, they have a couple of spots on the back, but I think can easily come out, like looks like dirt or mud got smudged on the back. So these will go through the wash. And they're in good condition though, otherwise. So we'll see. I'm just finding that this line doesn't sell. It's not as popular as it once was. So I'm a lot more picky about the style and the quality of the Victoria's Secret Pink line that I'm buying. Okay, this is a Columbia PFG. I think it's women's. Yeah, it's a women's extra large vintage shirt. So anything in the PFG line does really well for me. I continue to pick it up. This is one of the few things that sold just as well for me when I started 7 years ago as it does for me today. I picked up this Torrid swimsuit. I love Torrid. Their swimwear does really well for me, and this is in fantastic condition. So there's the Torrid tag if you're not familiar. Torrid has mostly plus size. In fact, I say mostly because I don't consider like their size 0 plus size, even though I know it technically is. But Torrid, any of the newer Torrid stuff does really well for me. This is just a basic men's Nike Pro athletic shirt. Nothing super fancy with this, but these basics do pretty well for me, especially in the men's line. This is one of my other favorite pieces that I bought. This Hugs line by Soft Surroundings does really well. So Soft Surroundings in general, I will always pick up at the bins, but this Hugs line of Soft Surroundings does well. It reminds me of Barefoot Dreams a little bit. If you're familiar with that brand, it's like a very cozy, like robes and sweaters and cardigans. So it's meant to be like loungewear around the house. So it's not a robe, it's more of like a sweater cardigan. But these sell pretty well for about $30-ish, give or take. All right, I think, is this my last piece? I think so. And then I just picked up this, it's a ski suit, Columbia, for kids. These do really well for me too. This will probably sell for about $30, maybe $40. I have to check current comps, but that's about what I would expect for something like this. And it's an older style, but it's still very functional. And so for parents who want to keep their 4- and 5-year-olds warm on the ski slopes during the winter, they'll be on eBay looking for stuff like that because parents know that it's just easier to buy that kind of stuff used if your kiddos are only wearing it a couple times a year rather than buy it brand new at the Columbia store for quite a bit more. So, well, thanks for tuning in to my haul video. I appreciate it. I appreciate all of the likes and the comments. So give me a thumbs up if you would like to see more videos like this. You can give me a thumbs down too. That's fine. The engagement still helps my channel. Excuse me. If you want to follow me over on social media, you can find me at Thrifting for the Nest over on Instagram. And I will link to my store if you'd like to go check out my store as well. Thanks so much for tuning in and have a great day.